So let's start. We're gonna start in a butterfly pose, so feet together, knees apart, and the heels are quite further away from the pubic bone, so you have lots of space. And we're going to shift forward here and fold in. And you can use your elbows to support your upper body and then rest the head there. Or if you feel first thing in the morning that you can go super low, then allow your body to go as far as it feels comfortable. But don't push too far, too quick, so you can always have a supported shape. And we're just coming here to begin our practice in a shape, in a more yin-like shape, just to arrive in center and come to our breath. So close your eyes. And just notice this morning, the moment we close our eyes, instantly we're starting to become aware of subtleties. So there's instantly a thought or kind of a message that arrives. And maybe it has to do with something that is related to the practice, something completely unrelated. But usually it's something like, oh, I feel tight in this area. Or, oh, I feel like I need to kind of twist my back at some point during the practice. So we immediately attune into our body, into the feelings, into the sensations rather, in our bodies, and be mindful of what it is that we need. So as we're here, we're going to start breathing onto our hips. And again, we go gently because we haven't warmed up. Sending the breath into the inner and outer thighs. And sending the breath into the lower belly. And with every exhale, notice if your body can soften a little bit. Maybe it's the area that we're stretching, or maybe it's somewhere else. It could be the shoulders or the muscles around the neck. And let's just take a couple more breaths here before we start adding more movement. Good. On the last exhale, just completely allow your body to drop a millimeter more. And then press the floor to start rising up. And let's cross our legs and come into a kneeling position in Vajrasana. And if this is a bit too much for you in the morning, you can stay for cat and cows. But see how you go. You could place a block underneath. We're just going to start moving a little bit our spine. So we're going to press the thighs and open the chest up to the sky. Just take a breath in here. Draw the shoulders back and the shoulder blades. And exhale, drape your upper body onto your thighs and allow the forehead to come down to earth. And then roll the spine up, guiding the movement from the tailbone as it drops down, so you're rounding the back. The inhale, you open the chest up to sky. And exhale, coming forward. And just a couple more. Inhale here. As you come up with a rounded back, then also comes an exhale, as then the spine starts becoming straight. With the inhale, you open the chest, shoulders back, and exhale, draping the upper body. So just, again, becoming aware, attuning into our bodies. Keep going. The tailbone guides the movement. So how can you drop the tailbone in between the heels and then allow this to be the beginning action that brings you up. The head on falls last. Just opens up towards sky. Find space into the sternum. And then exhale, come forward. Last one like so. Inhale as you come halfway, let's say, through that rounded back. Then keep going with the exhale. Inhale, press to open. And exhale, so allowing fluidity into the spine. And you know, in most morning classes, we're very much concerned about adding some fluidity into the spine. Last time we come up like this. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, come back into a neutral position. If you have your playlist now and you haven't started it already, it's in the chat box, so let's start it together. It doesn't have to be completely synchronized. Okay. And we're going to place the hands down, tuck the toes, and glide back into a downward facing dog. We're going to come into some spinal waves. So take it super easy. We're starting slow and we'll build up. So I want you to start adding those spinal waves. Usually when we wave the spine, we come forward into plank. But this time, I want us to stay in downward dog and feel as if in downward dog, we're starting to undulate the spine. So we're sending the tailbone up, and then we send it down, this ripples and movement towards the spine. So it's a very seaweedy downward dog. And actually, the movement begins from the toes. So if you bend the knees slightly, and then you press the toes to straighten the legs, then there's a movement that begins in the tailbone and ripples towards the crown of the head. And so add some breath there. Maybe your spine feels quite tight and it's not a very big movement. Or maybe there is some more freedom. So see how you go with that. And maybe it looks more like as if you're coming towards a plank pose. So close your eyes again. It doesn't have to be very precise. It's more for you to start feeling your back. And maybe you start exaggerating the movement a little more. So maybe you're coming towards more of a horizontal plank. So I'll show you. Keep going with your breath, and I know your shoulders will start feeling this. So this is again this attuning. So undulating the spine. Make it really enjoyable. So let's make it a little bit more forward now towards plank. And then pressing back. So creating waves with the spine. But it's not a complete plank just yet. Good. Last one. And then let's come back to downward facing. Come high up onto the toes. And drop the heels to the right, buttocks to the right. Keep the left hand pressing down and feel your left side opening. Let's come back to center. Inhale, high up onto the toes in downward dog. And exhale, both heels to the left, buttocks to the left. Keep the right hand pressing down. You're opening your right side. Allow your neck to relax. Back to center. Shift forwards to plank. Inhale. And then exhale, come all the way down onto your belly super slowly. Let's assume that I'm on my belly. As you inhale, press the left hand, look towards your left heel. And exhale, come back down. Inhale, press the right hand, look towards the right heel. Exhale, come back down. And keep going like so, 2 more times each side. It's like a side low cobra. Shoulders back, good. Exhale, down. Inhale, right hand presses. And exhale. Just 1 more each side. Left hand presses, turn to gaze left. Exhale, down. And right hand presses, gaze to the right. And exhale all the way down. Good, press to come into a regular cobra. Make it low so that you don't over-exaggerate the lower back right now. And exhale, press back, slowly, Adho Mukha. Come high up onto the toes again, inhale. Exhale, both heels to the right, buttocks to the right. Bend the knees quite generously, and then allow your left hand to get, there's no other thing that you can do but come off the floor, and then circle it down and up and over. Inhale as you extend your legs, bring the hand behind the head and press the head back to open the chest. Just a couple of breaths. Good, and slowly release the hand, bend the knees again, circle once more. Inhale comes up and over, and exhale, bring it down, and press back, downward dog. Let's come onto the other side, high up onto the toes, inhale, and exhale, heels to left, buttocks to left. The right hand has to come off the floor as you bend your knees. Sweep it down and then up and over, breath in. And exhale, bring it, but at the back of the head, press the head back to open the chest. Be mindful of your shoulders. One more breath. And then extend the right arm up again. Once more, circle the arm, bend the knees. Sweep the right arm down, up and over. Inhale. And exhale, bring the hands down. Good, so you're now in plank. Place the knees down, untuck the toes. I'm going to change the vinyasa a bit today here. So we're going to untuck the toes, come back to child's pose for a moment. And then come up with a rounded back. Inhale like a cut. Allow the feet to separate. As you exhale, allow the pelvis to come down. You start opening the shoulders back. And then come all the way into your belly. Come completely to the floor here. And then we're going to reverse the chaturanga. So from the floor, tap the toes, draw the elbows in, shoulders back, gather your core and press to come back to plank, and then all the way back to downward dog. Let's do this one more time. Inhale, come to plank. Exhale, knees down. Back to child's pose. Inhale forward, throw force with a rounded back. Exhale, pelvis to earth. And allow the pelvis to guide you down as you softly bend the elbows and drape your whole body down to earth. So now you're all the way down to earth. The hands are by your ribcage. Tap the toes, gather through the core, strong legs, and press into a reverse chaturanga so you're coming in a straight line up. Inhale. And exhale, press back downward dog. Okay, let's walk the feet forward towards the top of the mat, or you can jump if you prefer. Let's undulate the spine here. Inhale, open the chest in Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, folding again. Uttanasana, feel free to keep the knees bent. Twice more with your breath. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Breathing in. And breathing out. Next time, we come all the way up. Inhale. Reach up, palms together. And exhale, hands to heart. Stay here and hold for a couple of breaths. Close your eyes. Just noticing already after a few minutes of practice how the whole body changes, the whole sensation. Maybe we have a bit more freedom in our muscles and joints, tapping into our strength. And then release the hands by your sides. So we're going to come into modified sun salutations. Bring the palms down and up. Inhale, open the chest. And then exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Step the left leg back, bring the knee down. As you inhale, reach the arms up, open the chest. And then as you exhale, circle the arms back, fold forward in Ardha Hanumanasana. As you inhale, shift forward, come slowly into a crescent lunge. Reach up with the arms. And exhale, bring the hands down, shift it back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, knees down, back to child's pose. Inhale, forward through all fours. Exhale, keep unraveling, coming all the way towards the floor. It's like a reverse cobra. Tuck the toes, press reverse plank, reverse chaturanga, inhale. And exhale, back to downward dog. One full breath in. Release from the mouth. Step the left foot forward, bring the right knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up, open chest, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana, hips shift back, fold over your left leg. Inhale, up in crescent, reach up. Exhale, hands to earth, step it forward and fold in, Uttanasana. Inhale, come all the way up, reach and lengthen up to sky. Exhale, hands to the heart center. One full breath, bringing the attention back to the feet, grounding. And let's keep going. Inhale, reach up. So the more we repeat this sun salutation, exhale, fold, the more you become synchronized with your breath. Right leg back, knee down. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, Ardha Hanuman, fold. Inhale into crescent, reach up. Smooth transitions. Exhale, hands to earth, step it back to plank. Inhale. And exhale, send it back, child's pose. Inhale with a rounded back forward, allow the feet to separate. Exhale, gentle bend into the elbows, pelvis brings you down, draping your upper body all the way to earth. Tuck the toes, hug the core, inhale, press, reverse chaturanga, not easy for a pregnant woman. Exhale, push back, downward dog. Right leg steps forward, left knee down. Inhale, reach up with the arms. Let's circle it, I forgot about this one. And exhale, fold it out. Ardha Hanuman. Inhale into crescent, reach up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach and lengthen. Exhale, hands to heart. One round each side. And now you get to enjoy as you flow with your breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold so smoothly, like you're moving inside a thick paste. Left leg back, knee down, arms reach. Big movements, enjoy. Circle back, exhale, fold. Inhale, smoothly transition the weight from one leg to the other. Inhale, crescent. Circle it here again as you come down. Right leg steps back, breath in. Exhale, knees down, back to child's. Press through all fours, your back rounds so much. Pelvis releases. Exhale completely as you come down. Tuck the toes, press to come up, reverse chaturanga. I'm keeping my knees down. It's the modified version. If you find it's too much, and exhale back to Adho Mukha. Left foot steps forward, right knee down. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, circle them back, folding Ardha Hanuman. Transition the weight forward. Inhale, crescent. Circle, exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale all the way up, reach. Open the chest to sky, exhale, hands to heart. Last round, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding in. Right leg back, knee down, arms reach. Inhale. Exhale, circle and fold, Ardha Hanumanasana. Crescent lunge, smooth transitions. Inhale, reaching up. Keep the arms circling, exhale, hands to earth. Left leg back, inhale. Exhale to child's pose. Round forward, breath in. Breathing out, draping your body down to earth. Inhale, tuck the toes, press, come up. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Right foot forward, left knee down. Inhale, arms reach. Circles, big, huge movement. Exhale, fold. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, come all the way up, reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. Close your eyes. Hold and breathe. And the hands can stay in prayer position, or they can be placed anywhere in the body where you feel that the touch is going to settle you down. So maybe one hand is on the heart, maybe one hand is on the belly. Or both hands on the belly. Or if there's an area where you feel there's pain or need some love, you can even massage. And let's rock a little bit from one foot to the other. And it's a nice way to calibrate, especially after diving into a practice and then to integrate. Let's take one exhale from the mouth. Good. On our next inhale, we're going to release the hands down. We'll come back the same, so we'll use that pattern of sun salutations to keep going. So inhale, maybe this time reach the arms from the sides. And exhale, swan dive down. Step the left leg back, bring the knee down. Let's marinate for a few moments in these shapes. Inhale, arms reach up. This time we'll keep the palms together, Bring the hands behind the head, draw the elbows towards one another, and press the head back towards your forearms. So you're really wrapping your head with your forearms here. If they're more open, it's going to feel weird. If they're going to be open, then keep them really open, but not in between. Whoops. Okay. Couple breaths. You can close your eyes. If you want to add a little something here, you can untuck the back toes, point them, and imagine as if you're trying to lift, to touch the fingertips to the toes. It's an intense quadricep stretch and hamstring, probably cramp. So be mindful. Good. Last breath. As you inhale, release the back foot down, bring the arms up, circle them towards the back, fold it out in Ardha Hanuman. Let's hold for a couple, or more than a couple, about 5 breaths. Drawing the right hip crease back. If you need to have your right knee bent, feel free to do so if it's too much for the hamstring. And softening the face, softening the belly, and making sure that the shoulders are away from the ears so that the neck is nice and long. How is your breath? Good. From here, we're going to lift the chest, look forward, place the right foot down, tuck the back toes, reach up, come up into crescent. Same thing with the hands here, palms together, elbows in. Rest the head to the forearms and keep opening. Super mindful of your lower back. You always want to lift up first and then back, and then this opening, it becomes an upper back opening rather than a lower back. So imagine as if your vertebrae are separating from one another because you're pulling so much up. Good, take one more breath here. And then bring the arms up. Circle them down, folding up Parsvottanasana. So the back knee is lifted. It's a wide, long pyramid stance. And just releasing the breath. Coming back to a smooth, soft breath. And releasing through the leg because we're going to go a bit more into the fire with this leg. So on the next breath in, we're going to come back to crescent. And then inhale as we open the chest. And with the exhale, we're going to shift forward and draw the knee towards the chest. The hands come down by your body. Let's practice this twice more. So slowly, the slower you go, the more you will feel it. Inhale, opening, and exhale. The core helps you to bring the knee up to chest. One more. Inhale, open, and exhale, knee to chest. Good, stay here. Strong right leg. Let's circle the left hip. So bring it up and then to side. This helps this area to work. One more. The next one. Keep the right knee a little bent. Keep sending the left leg back so you're coming towards a half moon, which is hovering. And then gently bend the right leg, allow the left foot to come down. Inhale, reverse Trikonasana, extend the right arm up. Find some length in your side body. And exhale, shift forward. It's nice if you bend the right knee a little bit because then it protects your hip from clicking. And then when you come down, you can extend it. Good. And the right arm can be super free as you extend the left arm up. So usually we have the hand down and we push, which is good, but also what if your legs are so strong that you don't need to do that? And the hand just softly lands there. Bring the left arm behind the head and press the head back. Feel your left hip flexor opening, your chest. Couple of breaths. And focus on lengthening that right leg that we worked a moment ago. Good. Come slowly up with the left arm. Reach, come all the way up. Turn the right toes in. Bring the right arm up to sky. And then exhale, fold forward in a prasarita here. Reach down with your right hand and wrap the left arm around your waist. Turn to gaze up if you can, or we don't really mind what the head does. It can look down, but imagine as if your left shoulder wants to point up to the sky. Good. Find a couple more breaths. Let's release the left arm from the waist. Bring both hands down. Half lift. Find space here. And exhale, fold in Prasarita Padottanasana. So the hands can be on the floor and help you to come further down. That's it. Nice, everyone. Last one breath. And let's bring the hands under the shoulders. Just one last speed here. We're going to turn the left toes out and the right heel a little bit towards the top of the mat. Walk the hands inside the left foot. Come up into a second warrior at the back of your mat. Then hold here and breathe. Soft shoulders. And let's slowly make it to Parsva Konasana, elbow to knee, right arm up and over. And if you want, you can allow the hand to slide down and come into a deeper version. Then bring that right arm by your body and wrap it around your waist as if you want to creep the right fingertips into the left inner thigh and find space in your neck. Good. Last full breath. Unwrap the arm. Bring it down to meet the right and then transition to bend the right leg. So just a little skandasana here. And it can be higher, so maybe you're here, or it can be more low, opening the hips. So see how it works better for you, this shape. If you want to go all the way and open spread your wings, you can do so. But even here, it's absolutely great. Good. Let's take one more breath. And slowly, hands come down. Walk them to turn back to the top of the mat. Last thing here, left hand down, right arm up. Inhale, twist to the right. Let's take one more breath. Press the right hand to open towards the back. And exhale, both hands down. Step the right leg back, inhale. Exhale, knees down to child's pose. Hold there. 2 breaths, just allowing your whole body to absorb the practice, to feel the unevenness from the 2 sides. And as you're breathing now, come forward through all 4s, really feeling your back. And exhale, this reverse cobra that we're doing. So draping your whole body forward and down so slowly. You know exactly what you're doing. Tuck the toes, press, come up into a reverse chaturanga to plank, and then exhale back. Adho Mukha. Good, full breaths. Let's make our way into dolphin pose. So forearms down. They can be parallel, or if this is too much, palms are closer to one another, and press to come up. Now, if you feel like you want to go for it, then press the right foot down and lift the left leg up. Keep radiating the toes up towards the sky. Keep pressing the forearms down. And then bring the foot back down and switch sides. Right foot reaches up. Imagine as if there's a shelf and you want to grab something. You can allow the hip to open if it feels more free. Free in. And slowly release. Good. Let's come back to child's pose. And you can bring your elbows down and the hands behind the head in prayer position in this child's pose. And rest. Allow your body to rest. Allow this knowing through feeling to happen rather than knowing through intellectualizing. There is a brain, really our first primal brain is in our digestive system. It's not this head brain that we're using. And then the nervous system, it's like a web. It really spreads through every single area of our bodies. And it's like we have a full body brain, really. So through practice, we again attune into that. Slowly, let's make our way back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog, stretch it out. And then either walk or jump to the top of your mat. Half lift inhale. With the exhale, if you want, you can have your knees a little bent, hug the backs of the knees with your forearms, and then start stretching the legs and go as far as comfortable. You can be completely flat, or you can be super bent. In any case, I want you to feel like you're hanging. And then slowly release the hands down. Half lift again. Inhale, undulating the spine. And exhale, fold it out. With your next breath in, come all the way up, reach and lengthen. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's take it to the other side, this whole sequence. Breath in, reach. Exhale, fold in. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, right leg back, knee down. Now we're marinating in those shapes, reaching the arms up. Palms stay together, the head pushes back. You keep pressing the left foot down to feel that lift as if somebody is pulling you from the crown of your head. So first the spine becomes long, and then you send the chest up to sky, and you have the option to bend the back leg. Be careful with your hamstring, it might cramp. If it does, then of course please stretch it out straight away. Hold just a couple more moments. Drag the mat towards you. This will help you with the movement. Imagine as if the fingers will touch the toes. One more breath in. Woo. Exhale, hands come down. Foot unfold. Circle the arms rather. Sorry, again I forgot that. And then folding, Ardha Hanuman. Breathe. Soften. Yeah, let's shift forwards, left foot down, right toes stack, crescent lunge. Inhale. Palms together. Same thing. Opening the chest. First lengthening the spine, and then sending the chest to sky. Draw the elbows together. On your next inhale, bring the arms up, circle them back as you exhale and come to earth. Parsvottanasana. Super wide, but if you need to, you can shorten the distance. So see how it feels in your body. And then bowing, folding. Eyes closed. How is your breath? Good. On our next inhale, back to that crescent lunge, and then we add that pulsation. So inhale, gentle opening the chest, and then the exhale, we gather through the core, bring the knee towards the chest, hands come down. And try some more, super slowly, anticipating the floor with your toes. Inhale, open. Exhale, press and lift. Good, one more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Let's circle the hip. Comes back. Down and again. Good. One more, full circle. And then the next time, slide bend into the left leg. Open into a hovering half moon. And then bend the knee. Touch the right toes back. Reverse Trikonasana. Inhale, left arm to sky. Lengthen your left side body. Good, and exhale, reach forward. Now here's where you're sending your hips towards the front of your mat. And then, sorry, the back of your mat. A little bend into the left leg and unravel in triangle. And only use your hand on your shin if you need to. But don't support too much. Use the strength of your legs and that lift from the upper arm. Breathe, make sure the neck is soft. Bring the hand behind the head and press the head back. Maybe close the eyes. Riding your breath with every inhale and every exhale. You just build more awareness. And the awareness builds when we start really scanning our bodies during each asana. Where am I tensing? Where can I let go of? Let's bring the right arm back up. Reach all the way up, with the left arm, so you're reversing it again. And then turn the toes in. Reach forward and down. And then the right arm wraps around. So now you're twisting towards your right side. And then again, there is always an inquiry. Where am I tensing? Where in this shape am I putting too much effort? And I could use some space. And then engage a different area so that it can help me. So then we don't waste our energy in aspects that actually are not as needed. And we become more precise with what it is that we need. Last full breath into the twist, send it to the spine. And then gently bring that right arm down. Prasarita Padottanasana again. So here I'll give you options. If you want to stay in Prasarita, interlace the hands behind and fold. If you want, you can play with either forearm stand, which is, we haven't worked it very much with some of you, so I'm only giving it, but I don't know if that is something in your practice. So forearm stand would be that you shift without the head down, which I can't do anymore because I can't pull my core in. Or you come into a headstand through pike, and you can do that if you want. And then the legs can stay wide or they can come up. So just a few moments of self-practice. Good, a headstand is a great option. Or just the interlaced version of Prasarita. And if at some point too much blood comes towards your head, then just make it a bit more parallel. Good. Nice, that's it. And don't rush to come down, take your time. If you are either in playing around with a headstand or Prasarita, just take one more breath. If you're playing around with headstand, really you're just transitioning weight from toes to forearms and then from forearms to toes. And then bring the hands under the shoulders, take a half lift. Turn the right toes out and the back heel towards the top of the mat. And then make your way up into a second warrior. So the right knee is bent. Soft breath. Press the heels down. Outer edge of left foot. And then either elbow to knee as you exhale. Left arm up and over. You can slide the hand down for Parsvakonasana. You can have a block if needed, or stay elbow to knee. It's good enough. It's great. Pressing the tricep to the inner knee. Breath in the whole body. Direct your tailbone towards your heel, the left heel. Notice what happens. Where are you wasting energy? Where could you soften? Good. Let's bring that left hand down to meet with the right and then walk them, bending your left leg, coming to Skandasana. So take it progressively. Don't go too far. Immediately feel your body shift. Find those little adjustments in order to make it feel safe for you. And then maybe you open the arms. For example, I feel like I need to lift my heel today. It's fine. Or maybe today I feel like I want to stay higher up with support. And you don't have to use you don't have to open the arms. They can stay in prayer, or they can stay down. They can be super supportive. The point is, we're trying to stretch our right inner thigh. Last breath. Good. Walk your hands now forward so they come inside your left leg. Plant the right hand down and extend the left arm up. Last movement here. As you inhale, press the left hand back, open the chest. Exhale, bring it down. Step it back, plank. Inhale. Exhale, the knees down. Child's pose. 2 breaths. With every exhale, allow your body to melt, to soften to gravity. On your next inhale, press to come through cat stretch. All the way down onto your belly. Good. Now let's make it back into a cobra. Inhale. And then exhale, come back down. Come back down into your belly. And then one more cobra, feel space. Inhale. Maybe it's a little higher. Maybe you feel more release into the neck. And exhale, come back down, completely soften and rest. Maybe the hands come under the forehead like a pillow. Just take a few breaths. Resting, resetting. From here, as you're lying onto your belly, actually let's make our way up. I want to add something. So bring the hands by the ribs, tuck the toes, reverse the chaturanga. So I'm keeping my knees down, but you will have the knees lifted. And then back to downward dog. I'm just adding a little extra arm torture. So in downward dog, make it a little more wide. So slide your feet a little more back. And the hands a little more forward. Let's bring the right hand onto the outer edge of your left knee. Notice if your shoulder is collapsing, keep pressing from the shoulder blade. And then as you inhale, come forward into a plank. Allow the hand to slide towards, let's say, your left hip. Hold. And exhale, bring the right hand down as well. Take it into a regular vinyasa. So through chaturanga, maybe it's a cobra or maybe it's an upward dog. Inhale. And exhale, take it back to down dog. And switching sides. Left hand comes on the outer edge of your right knee. Shift it forward to a one-armed plank. Hold the abdomen. Release the hand. Chaturanga with the knees down or hovering into up dog or cobra. Up to you, your choice. Exhale back, downward dog. One more time. One hand comes onto the outer edge of the knee. Keep pressing so you're not collapsing. Maybe there's a little twist. Look under your left shoulder. And then look down, shift forward, one-armed plank. This time, step the right foot behind you. Take it into a little wild thing. Inhale. And exhale, bring the right hand down. Back to plank. Into a vinyasa of your choice. I'm taking the pregnant woman's vinyasa. But you choose what is serving you better today. Last one. Left hand on the outside of the right knee. Careful not to collapse. Gaze a little bit under your right shoulder. And then look down. Inhale. One-armed plank. Strong core. Resist bringing your hand down immediately. Shift. Side plank. To wild thing. Open chest. Hold. Breathe. Enjoy. It's the best part. And exhale, left hand down to your vinyasa of choice or rest. Back to child's. Let's make it a super, super wide knee child's pose. So your knees open super wide. If you need padding, you could go sideways onto your mat. And even fold it. So your knees are protected. And then super wide, come forward and down. Place the head onto the forearms and allow the inner thighs to melt. And of course, if you need to close the space between the knees, do so. So we're gonna hold for a minute or two. We wanna make it progressive again. It's better to start smaller and then increase the distance rather than starting with a super wide opening and then feel like you need to close it up. Keep the eyes closed. Keep the breath flowing into the areas where they need it the most. And going back into this theme of knowing through feeling, in order to know ourselves, we don't just collect facts about ourselves. Self-knowledge doesn't have to do with collecting facts. It has to do with going into deeper layers. It has to do with understanding our patterns, noticing our reactions, but also our body is such a great way for us to understand all of these, and also to attune into emotions that have been stored into the tissues and allow them to release. So that knowing through feeling is actual knowing. As we develop through any practice that we do, we use the yoga practice now, but it could be other things that we do as well. Let's slowly come out of this shape. So support yourself, press to come up. Bring the knees back close to one another, and then just cross to come onto your seat. And let's come into Upavishta Konasana, so extend the legs wide. Let's flow a little bit from side to side. So bring one hand close to wherever you can take it. Maybe it's just inside the knee, and the other arm will come up and over. So side body opening. And if you're kind of like in this position where you feel your pelvis won't go anywhere, put a little bit of support underneath the sitting bones. And let's take a side bend. Let's move it to the other side. Just for a few rounds, we're going to move from side to side. With no rush. So we allow the body to settle. We're not just changing sides, but we're being mindful of these shifts. Keep the toes flexed, feet flexed. Next time we come to the left, we stay. Maybe once again, you can bring, so you have two options here, make this a bit more active, or hand comes behind the head. Good. And if you want to make this more yin or just more supported, you could have your hand supporting your head. Anyway, we're just going to hold for 2 more breaths. And then we're going to turn towards that leg. So frame the leg and come into a forward fold over the leg. If you need to here, you could hold onto the toes, especially if your calves need more space, and draw them towards the back. So in this case, the upper body turns up and over. The belly turns towards the ground. About 5 or 6 breaths. And you allow the breath to come in, and every time the breath leaves, it's leaving you with a sense of lightness. With a sense of relief, a sense of release. Like it's washing out any layers of excess stickiness. Let's come up slowly, pressing the hands down. And if you want to spend more time, feel free to do so. Let's take it to the other side, first in a bit more active way, or you can already go into, well, actually your choice, either staying active or more yin. And maybe you're higher up, maybe you're just simply going that far, it's fine. Make sure you use the support if you feel like you need it underneath the sitting bones. Two more breaths, like so. And free the upper arm. Turn to fold over the leg. So now it becomes more like a forward fold rather than a side opening. And you can use your hands onto the toes for extra calf lengthening. And again, coming back to that inquiry. Where do I tend to tense? Where am I wasting my energy? And the beauty of this practice is that all these teachings, we can then take them outside of the yoga space and use them in all other areas of our lives. So the more we steep ourselves into teachings, then that's when the practice becomes beneficial, because it can actually help us to live a life that is a little bit less contracted. Three to four more breaths, and maybe you need to stay longer, do if you want, if it's enjoyable. Good. Let's slowly make our way back up. Bring the legs together. And let's come through our side to lie on our side body. And then open the right arm to, so if you're on your left or right, doesn't matter, the upper arm opens to a twist and then extend the lower leg. So you end up in a deep twist. Good. We're not gonna hold for very long. And particularly in this twist, the leg that is bent, focus on breathing onto the outer edge of that right leg, because it allows you to soften into the IT band. Take one more full breath. With the exhale, feel your bones really coming closer to ground. And then the upper arm will come up and over, whichever arm it is will come up and over. So you're gonna end up onto your belly. So keep rolling, extend the bent leg. So you're gonna end up onto your belly. If it's too complicated, don't worry about it. And then you turn towards your other side and you bend the other leg and you sweep the other arm up and over. Basically rolling around to come to the other side. Good. And it's actually really good for us to roll around. Roll on the floor. Amazing for the nervous system. Very soothing. It brings a primal connection to earth that soothes our nervous system. Few breaths. Again, in the last couple of breaths, really focus on the exhale, bringing you closer to earth. And how is the breath helping you to access areas even without changing the shape? Full body awareness. Good. And then roll onto your back. Don't worry if you're outside of your mat, doesn't matter. Come into a happy baby just momentarily. So catching the outer edges of your feet. Ground through the sacrum, soften the neck. Notice if happy baby creates any tension there. Lengthen the back of the neck. Good. And then gently make your way into Shavasana, our final relaxation. So if you need to gather any props, do so, or just stay here. And I want you to imagine, and visualization has been proven to work amazingly well. We can create the inner space of any situation just by visualizing it. So here I'm going to invite you to imagine that your body is lying on this sandy, beautiful beach. Maybe there is a particular one that you have in mind and you can transfer yourself there. And imagine this intense warmth that comes from the sand in a hot summer's day, but not the one that burns you. And you're absorbing that warmth, that heat that feels so therapeutic with all the minerals that are infused in the sand, those ancient granules of rock. And you don't have a towel, and you don't care if the sand is going to stuck on your skin. And the sand can completely take the shape of your body, and so you melt. And then the sunshine shines upon your front body. You absorb the heat, the energy from the sun. And there's also the sound of the waves. So it's that super soft sound that we find at the edge of the wave. So it's like those feng shui sounds. It's not an intense sea sound, just enough to bring calmness. And then you smell that smell that comes from the sea, the seaweeds, the iodine, the salt. You can almost feel the salt on your skin with the softest breeze, the skin of your face. Enjoy a few more moments. And then slowly, as you start deepening the breath, you're taking this nourishing air in. And as you exhale, you allow it to take away anything that you don't need to carry with you anymore. And bring the arms up over the head to take a nice long stretch. Feel your temple once again. And then roll onto one side. As you gently press with one hand, help yourself to come up into a seated position. And let's bring the hands together in prayer. joining the right and the left into the middle, into the center, and bowing the head down. Allow the last exhale to feel as if the sitting bones are rooting and the crown is reaching up. Let's close the practice with one Om together. Inhale. Namaste. Thank you.